inside the temple, the Monkey King made himself comfortable upon Erlang's own throne. He sat there inspecting the incense and offerings with idle curiosity, examining a prayer for a sick man here, a vow for a child there, until a breathless ghost soldier burst through the doors crying that yet another lord had arrived. Erlang Shun strode through the doorway, his third eye blazing with righteous fury. He demanded to know whether someone calling himself the great sage equal to heaven had dared trespass here. The trembling ghost soldiers stammered that they had seen no great sage, only a gentleman sitting within, inspecting the incense records as though he owned the place. Erlang crashed through the inner gate. The Monkey King looked up, let his true face show, and called out with a laugh that the temple now bore the surname Sun. Erlang did not appreciate the joke. He raised his three-pointed, double-edged halberd and brought it slicing down straight at the Monkey King's face. The Monkey King twisted his body and let the blade whistle past. Then from behind his ear he drew his tiny embroidery needle, shook it once, and watched it swell to the thickness of a rice bowl. He charged forward, staff swinging, and the two of them crashed out through the temple doors in a riot of clashing steel. Half in cloud, half in mist, they fought as they flew, brawling and bellowing across the sky until they came crashing back down onto the slopes of Flower Fruit Mountain. The four heavenly kings tightened their encirclement, and Erlang's sworn brothers rushed forward to join the fray, surrounding the beautiful Monkey King on every side. High above, the mighty Ghost King had returned to heaven to deliver his report. The Jade Emperor sat in the Lingxiao Hall with Guanyin, the Queen Mother, and a host of celestial ministers, all discussing the battle. A full day had passed since Erlang departed, yet no word had returned. Guanyin pressed her palms together and made a suggestion. She proposed that the Jade Emperor accompany her and Laozi beyond the South Heaven Gate to witness the battle firsthand. The Emperor agreed. Together with the Queen Mother and the assembled immortals, they traveled to the gate, where heavenly guards threw open the doors. Below them, they saw the net of soldiers drawn tight, the demon mirror held aloft, and Erlang circling the Monkey King in a whirlwind of combat. Guanyin turned to Laozi and smiled. The young lord she had recommended was proving his worth. Had he not already surrounded the great sage? But the Monkey King had not yet been captured. She offered to lend a hand. She would fling her pure vase and willow branch down upon the monkey's head. If it did not kill him, it would at least stagger him. Laozi raised an eyebrow. Her vase, he pointed out, was made of porcelain. If it struck the monkey's head, excellent. But if it missed and clattered against that iron staff, it would shatter into pieces. He urged her to wait. He had something far more reliable. Guanyin asked what weapon he possessed. Laozi chuckled. Yes, he had something. He rolled up his sleeve and slipped a circlet from his left arm. This weapon, he explained, was forged from enchanted steel, tempered with cinnabar until it had absorbed a lifetime of spiritual energy. It could change form, withstand water and fire, and seize any object. It was called the Diamond Snare, and it had once served him when he crossed the Hangu Pass to convert the Western barbarians. Laozi drew back his arm and hurled the Diamond Snare down from the Heaven Gate. It spun through the air, whirling and tumbling, falling like a shooting star straight into the encampment on Flower Fruit Mountain. The Monkey King was so busy fighting the seven brothers that he never saw it coming. It struck him squarely on the crown of his head. The blow landed clean on his skull. The Monkey King's legs buckled beneath him, and he stumbled, crashing to the ground. He scrambled upright and tried to flee, but Erlang's swift hound was already upon him. It sank its teeth into his calf and sent him tumbling a second time. He lay there cursing the wretched animal for biting old Sun instead of plaguing its own master. Before he could rise again, the seven brothers swarmed over him. They pinned him down, lashed him with rope, and drove hooked blades through his collarbones so that he could no longer transform or escape. The great sage equal to heaven, who had shaken heaven itself, now lay bound and helpless on the mountainside. Above, Laozi retrieved his diamond snare and returned it to his arm. The Jade Emperor returned to the Lingxiao Hall with Guanyin, the Queen Mother, and the Immortals. Below, the four heavenly kings and Li Jing struck their camps and gathered around Erlang to offer congratulations, praising his achievement. Erlang bowed and deflected the praise. It was the Emperor's supreme fortune and the gods' combined might that had won the day. He claimed no credit for himself. His brothers urged him to waste no time but to escort the captive to heaven for the Emperor's judgment. Erlang agreed, though he noted that his brothers had not yet received celestial ordination and could not face the Jade Emperor directly. He ordered divine soldiers to guard the prisoner while he and Li Jing ascended to report. His brothers were to sweep the mountain clean and then return to Guangkou. Erlang and his company rose on cloud, singing songs of victory as they soared toward heaven. When they reached the hall, a heavenly master announced that the demon monkey had been captured. The Jade Emperor issued his command. The great sage equal